Hello queens, I'm back at y'all with another video, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how I got this holiday glam beat. And y'all already know we're jumping straight into the video. I'm starting this video off by cleaning my client's face, and to clean her face I'm using some witch hazel. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, then this face should look very familiar to y'all. Okay, this was my model for the longest time. This is like one of my favorite clients to work on. But I'm taking my Nicka K brow pencil, y'all. This is in the shade black brown, and I'm using this to outline her eyebrows. I know my camera quality looks a little blurred right now, but it's gonna sort itself out as I continue to work on her eyebrows. Now that both of the brows have been nicely outlined, I'm going to start filling them in from the back and working my way to the front. And to fill them in, I'm using the same shade that I used to outline them. Fill in the front of her brows, I'm taking a different shade of the brow pencil. This one is in like a reddish brown shade, and I like to use lighter shades at the front just because it helps everything blend nicely. And I'm brushing the brows out as I go just so it can have a nice gradient effect, you know. And I'm going to do the same routine on this side. I'm going to be going in with two different concealers to clean up her eyebrows. I'm taking my e.l.f. Camo Concealer and my RK by Kiss Concealer. First, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Concealer, and this is in the shade Deep Olive. And I'm using this shade to clean up underneath her arch because it's lighter, and I love to have a nice highlighted arch. Once I've carved out her arch, I'm going to go ahead and blend that concealer out because the e.l.f. concealer dries very fast. So before it's completely dried, you want to go ahead and have it nice and blended. Now I'm going in with the RK by Kiss Concealer. This one is in the shade Espresso, and I'm going to be using this to clean up the remainder of her eyebrow on the top and the bottom. As y'all can see, we have one eyebrow nice and clean. Now I'm going to go ahead and quickly clean up the other side. Now that both of the brows are clean, I'm going to take some of my Dermablend translucent powder on a blending brush and just press this throughout her eyebrows to lighten them up. As y'all can see, my client has blonde hair, so I didn't want her eyebrows to be too dark because that just wouldn't match, okay? That wouldn't go together. For an eyeshadow base, I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and this is in the shade Fair Rose. I went ahead and applied it all over her lids. Now I'm going in with the same brush that I used to blend out her concealer, and I'm just pressing this product throughout her lids. To start this eyeshadow look off, I'm going in with my Technic The Heat Is On palette, and I'm taking those two warm brown shades and I'm using them as her transition. So I'm patting them on the outer edge of her eye. Then as I build up the color, I'm going to start bringing it inward towards the front of her eyebrows. Next, I'm going in with this cool tone dark brown shade, and I'm just going to be packing this into her crease to deepen it up a little bit more. As you watch the video, you're going to see me alternate between this brush and my blending brush, just because whenever I apply any type of shade to the crease, I like to go in with my blending brush afterwards to make sure the edges are nicely blended into whatever shade that I use first. Now I'm going to be going in her crease with a black eyeshadow. I wanted her crease to be very deep, y'all. I had a look in my mind that I was going for, and I just really wanted everything to look nice and sultry. So I decided to go deeper and deeper into the crease. Now it's time to cut the crease, y'all. Okay, it's time to cut this crease. I'm taking my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Rose, and I'm using it to cut her crease along with this flat synthetic brush. I'm already knowing that y'all are gonna comment asking me what brush is this and where I got this from. I got this brush from AliExpress, and I'm gonna try to have the link in the description box for y'all. So if you're interested in purchasing this brush, just go there after you watch the full video. Okay, make sure you watch the video first. As y'all can see, I went ahead, carved out my cut crease. Now I'm just going back in to perfect my shape, and once it's to my liking, I'll go in with a buffing brush and just buff out this product. Now that both of the creases have been cut, this is what they're looking like. I'm going in with my Bperfect Carnival XL palette, and I'm taking this black and gray shade, and I'm going to be working this into her cut crease. Okay, first I'm starting off with the black, and I'm just pressing this on the outer edge of the cut crease. Now I'm going in with that gray shade, and I'm just going to start working it on her lids. I'm going to be going back and forth between the gray and the black just because I like for everything to blend, and in order for it to be nice and gradient, I just have to go back and forth with those colors. Okay, I have to reapply and stack them up. I'm taking a matte white eyeshadow, and I'm just going to be pressing this in the inner corners of her eyes and tapping a little bit on top of the gray just to blend it out a little more. So we have completed the eyeshadow portion. Now I'm just going to line her eyes, and to line her eyes I'm using my Wet n Wild black liquid liner. Going back in with that black shade, and I'm using it to blend the end of my liner into my eyeshadow. I went ahead and cleaned and moisturized her face off camera. Now I'm going in with my calamine lotion, and I'm using this to prime her skin. So I'm just focusing this in her T-zone, and then I'm gonna go in with my damp Real Technic sponge and use it to press it all in. For her foundations, I'm going in with my Fit Me foundations in the shades Deep Golden and Java. First, I'm going in with the shade Java, and I'm just applying it to the lower portions of her face. Now I'm taking the shade Deep Golden, and I'm just working this into the inner portions of her face. To blend everything out, I'm going in with this dense foundation brush and just tapping it all in place. To highlight her face, I'm going in with my Nicka K concealer, and this is in the shade 07. To blend out the concealer, I'm going in with the same exact brush that I used to blend out her foundation, just because I like everything to be blended, y'all. I've been saying this the whole video. I like for the face to be blended as well as the eyeshadow. So going in with the foundation brush, just It just ensures a nice blend, okay? Because whatever residue of that foundation is left on the brush is going to blend into the edge of the concealer, and it's just all going to flow together. Now I'm going in with my Juvias Place foundation stick in the shade Catsina, and I'm using this to sculpt out her nose. I didn't apply any to her face because since her hair is so light and this eyeshadow look is already pretty dark, I didn't want her face to look too dark either, y'all. I didn't want it to look too harsh at all. I wanted her face to be nice and soft, so I decided not to contour. But now I'm just blending out the concealer under her eyes, and to do so I'm using a damp Real Technique sponge. To set the concealer in place, I'm going in with my Fit Me press powder in the shade Toffee and my Morphe Loose powder in the shade Banana. First, I'm going in with the Fit Me powder, and I'm taking it on my Real Technique sponge and just pressing it into her skin. Now I'm going on top of that Fit Me powder with my Morphe Loose powder. To bronze up her skin, I'm going in with my Black Radiance press powder, and it's in the shade Black Coffee. To set the remaining areas of her face, I'm going in with another Black Radiance press powder, and this one is in the shade Rich Mahogany. Decided to add a little blush to her face, so that's what I'm doing right now. For blush, I'm using my Juvias Place Saharan blush palette, and I mixed the orange and the burgundy shade together and just tapped a little bit on the apples of her cheeks. Now I'm going to work on her under eyes, so I'm taking some black gel liner on a Q-tip, and I'm using it to line her waterline, but I only took it halfway across. Once that's finished, I'm going to be taking some matte black eyeshadow, and I'm going to be working that on her lower lash line. Now that the under eyes are finished, I'm taking that foundation brush and I'm using it to press in any powder that I have on her face. I went ahead and sprayed her face off camera. Now I'm just going in with some lashes, and these are Big Blink, y'all. I think they're 25mm lashes. I want to say, I'm not sure where I got them from, but I already cut them to fit her eyes, so now I'm just applying them to her lash line. I'm gonna have her open her eyes so I can see what the lashes look like, and y'all see it, okay? You see the look coming together. Beautiful, beautiful. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight the tip and the bridge of her nose. To do so, y'all know I love using a champagne colored eyeshadow, okay? This one comes from the Technic palette. Moving on to the lips, I'm taking my Pond's moisturizer on a Q-tip, and I'm using this to clean off / moisturize her lips. I am doing a red lip for this look, so I'm using a liquid lipstick to do so, which means it's going to be very drying, so I like for the lips to be nice and hydrated. Now I'm going in with my LA Colors dark brown eyebrow pencil, and I'm using this to line her lips. Anytime you're doing a colored lip, any type of color that isn't nude, you want to make sure you try to line the lips as neatly as possible. So this is a very tedious step. Make sure you take your time with it. The liquid lipsticks that I'm taking are from Colourpop and Milani. The shade names are Creeper and Devotion. First, I'm going in with the Milani liquid lipstick, and it's in the shade Devotion. And I'm just applying it to the outer edge of her lips. I'm doing an ombre lip. Y'all know I love doing an ombre lip for everything. So I'm just applying this directly on top of the lip liner. And I like to use a flat brush just so I can get it as precise as possible. Now I'm going in with the shade Creeper from Colourpop, and I'm just applying this to the center of her lips. I'm going to have her press her lips together so it can allow the two colors to blend. Now I'm going on top of them with an eyeshadow. I love doing this for my red lips, y'all. So I'm taking a burgundy eyeshadow and I'm just working it on the outer edge of her lips. Then I'm going to take a fire red shade and apply it to the center. This step is optional. You don't have to do this. It's just something that I like to do to make sure everything blends. Y'all know I love a blend. But this is the finished look, and we'll be getting into the grand reveal, so I'm gonna let y'all watch.
Ready to see?
Yes. Oh. Okay, a red lip.
With the blonde hair, yes ma'am.
Yeah. Why we ain't never done a red lip before?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You gonna have to go somewhere.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, queens, that is the end of this video. I absolutely love this look. I think she looks amazing. I hope y'all all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure you stay tuned for my next one. Bye bye, queens.